Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fast Football and Philosophy. I am Dr. Adam Foxon,
And I am Professor Jack Cunningham.
and last episode we looked at Karl Marx and alienation, and we referred that to, or related that to, Big Ange Postecoglou and his torrid time at Nottingham Forest. We kind of came to the conclusion that Ange ended up losing his job because he became alienated from the product of his work. And so, and in essence, his work was that of Ange Ball, this tactical commodity, this thing that he tried to get across to his players by the very first Wednesday he took charge, and ultimately he failed because there was a real disconnect between about what he was producing and what he was taking ownership of, and ultimately, Evangelos Marinakis kind of ended his career very, very abruptly. This week, however, we're going to be talking about something slightly different. We're going to be talking about Albert Camus and absurdism and why on earth anyone would want to be a football fan in the first place. So, Jack, what can we know about Albert Camus and absurdism, and how does that relate to football? How does that relate to football?
Well, absurdism probably doesn't relate to football. However, we can say once again, what if it does? What if it does? Let's explore that concept. Albert Camus, on the other hand, does relate to football. He is one of the only philosophers who has a famous football quote, which I will read to you now. And incidentally, you can get T-shirts with this on, which I recommend. And he says, "All that I know most surely about morality and obligations I owe to football," because he was a keen footballer. He was a goalie. Now, he is a French Algerian. They're called Pied Noir for some reason. Blackfoot, and don't know what that is. Anyway, doesn't matter. He played for his university team and was always getting praised for the passion he had when he played football. He gets tuberculosis, and that's the end of his footballing career. But he writes, in 1942, he writes a famous essay called The Myth of Sisyphus. So if we want to understand Albert Camus and absurdism, we need to know about the myth of Sisyphus. So bear with me here, because we have to go back to ancient Greece. Right? Now, one thing that happens in ancient Greece is they've got all these gods, and one of the gods is a king of the gods called Zeus. Right? Now, Zeus is all-powerful and all of those things, as you'd expect from a god, especially the head god.
He's another Australian in the Marvel films.
Oh, well, there you go. You see the link. You see how we're getting a common thread here. We don't know where we'd put him on the Australian trajectory. Quite low, actually, because he has a habit of abducting women. And this is how the story starts. He abducts a woman called Aegina, okay? And he takes her off. Now, Sisyphus is the king of Ephyra, and he knows where she is. And her dad is a river god. So in order to kind of get a bit of favour from the river god, because he wants a river running through his Acropolis. Sure. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want water for their features? He tells the girl's dad where she is. Now, Zeus, as you can imagine, doesn't take very kindly to this at all, nor do the other gods. Like, this is a bit of a cheeky human being, like, you know, this is very, very cheeky. So when he dies and he's in Hades, he is condemned for all eternity. And the way he's condemned is this. Every day he has to roll a big boulder right up a hill. And just as he's getting near the top, it rolls back down again, and he goes down, and he has to start again, and that's Sisyphus. That's the myth of Sisyphus. So it gives rise to an adjective as well, which is Sisyphean. A Sisyphean task is one that you will labour hard on, and it will get you absolutely nowhere.
Right. Okay. And so, I mean, that sounds like everyone's life. I mean, yeah. How do we refer that to football?
Okay. So this is where absurdism comes in. Albert Camus was an existentialist, although he denied that. He kind of is, but he denies that. He joins the Communist Party and he denies he's a Marxist. But that actually is probably true. He's not really a Marxist, okay? But he is an absurdist.
Is he alienated?
He is probably alienated. He's a French guy living in North Africa. He's probably got all kinds of issues going on. And
Black feet.
black feet. They've all got black feet. What the hell do you do with them? And he's got he's not very well. So so that's what he is. But he comes up with this idea of absurdism, and he concludes that, as a good existentialist, that there is no meaning in the universe. It's irrational. And this is a problem because we're rational beings and we clash with this. We're trying to make sense of the universe and we can't because it's irrational. It has no meaning. He says, embrace the absurdity of the universe. It's absurd. And once you learn how to do that, your life will be very happy. I don't look for meaning in it. It's tough. It's hard. It is a constant Sisyphean struggle. You might think you've achieved something, but you inevitably, everything returns to the bottom of the hill again. Embrace that. And he says at the end of his essay, and if I could read this, he says, one must imagine even Sisyphus happy. The struggle itself towards the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. That's what absurdism is all about. All about that idea. You embrace the absurdity of it.
One must imagine for a Fulham fan happy.
Exactly. And not just Fulham fans. Nearly everybody's football team are not going to succeed at the end of the season. Well, if you're rational about this, you would think, well, that means football is not going to be a great success because it just invites failure for almost everybody. But it is a great success because football fans have discovered, even though they probably didn't know it, that they are the strength of absurdism. It's fantastic to be a football fan. It's fantastic to roll that boulder up the hill, even if it rolls down again. Sisyphus is happy. The Fulham supporter is happy.
But on saying that, just to kind of run against that. So there are lots of football fans that you're right that they believe in the process, right? Mm-hmm. So now we have project managers whereby you might have like a Mikel Arteta who he never wins anything of consequence. He might win an FA Cup here or something, but it's never really anything of. It never wins the league. It never wins the Champions League, and yet everyone says trust the process. Because eventually you are going to get to the heights. You are going to win something. You are going to get that rock to the top of the hill.
I think that what if we were going to extend the Greek myth, what we would say was what these people do is this: they tap Sisyphus on the shoulder and say, "We've been watching you do this, mate. It ends in disaster every day. Listen, I'm gonna make this boulder much smoother, so you'll roll it up quicker. I'm gonna give you this tool, this instrument that will make you get that up the hill." They can do all that. They can make it easier. They can make it faster. It doesn't stop the boulder rolling back down again, and they know that.
Exactly. You're saying that football is meaningless.
It's meaningless. And that's the beauty. That's the meaning of it. That is the meaning of it. Now, I know what the objection to this would be, that a lot of teams, you don't completely succeed, but you take little successes. We had a terrible season, but we beat our rivals. We had a terrible season, but remember that goal. Or we won a minor trophy. So you get these little, so it's not completely absurd. But ultimately, at the end of the day, even if you're in a really successful team supporter, you must even subconsciously know that the boulder's going to roll down.
I mean, this does seem to ring a little bit true for me because I'm a Southampton fan and we haven't won anything for a long old time.
Yeah.
Even when we got back, when we got promoted back to the Premier League with Russell Martin through the playoffs, and it was all, this is amazing, this is fantastic. I mean, ultimately we only just about beat Derby's record to stay in the Premier League, and we were terrible. Yeah. And so from those heights of managing to get back into something and achieving something, it's then just fucking downhill again, and it never seems to end. And I guess that's the thing with football, is it's perpetual. It never seems to end. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Wrexham, because Wrexham have they have like a documentary now. They've been taken over by Hollywood, by Reynolds and McElhenney. And they're doing amazingly well. They've got back-to-back promotions. Their team are winning every week, although not so much now in the Championship. And they're doing well. There's like a real intent there. There's a real process there. But what you're saying is that ultimately they know they're never going to win the Premier League. They know they're never going to win the Champions League. They're never going to win the Club World Cup, for instance.
Yeah.
And yet it's still this unbelievable kind of process. It's still this unbelievable kind of journey.
Yeah, it is, and it's I'm calling it absurdism, but it's not completely absurd because when the ball rolls down, when you get promoted beyond your kind of capacity or beyond your finances, the ball does roll down, the ball rolls down. But the good thing about that is you get to roll it back up again. Sisyphus is happy. He's happy because he's getting it. He's nearly there. And this is fun. This is great. This is what the gods didn't understand. They didn't understand that humans. This is not a punishment. This is good. We like this.
Actually, that kind of rings true again with the European Super League. So the European Super League was supposed to be this kind of revolutionary new league that included all of Europe's top teams and Spurs. And because of that, even though there would be someone who won the league, say, they were never ever going to lose financially because everyone was going to be rolling in so much money. It was going to be unbelievable. And so actually everyone won. Football was the winner. And yet, so many people said no.
Yeah.
Who were fans of those clubs? Manchester United were there, and their fans were in Old Trafford, and they're rebelling against that idea, primarily because they want to see their team struggle.
Yeah.
Like Sisyphus struggles on the mountain.
Yeah. It's an absolute pleasure, and we it's a misconception to think that that struggle is bad. Well, we talked about Karl Marx last week, and he says all history is struggle and it's bad. I think he got it wrong. I think he doesn't realize that. Struggle is very entertaining. It's exhilarating and disappointing, but you can't have exhilaration without disappointment.
Oh, well, we're getting into the problem of evil now. I mean, could football is a theodicy. That's what it is. Yeah. More on that later, everyone. So I guess then, even when you look at people like or teams like Sheffield Wednesday, for example, who have just entered administration because their chairman or their owner anyway, Chansiri, he refused to sell the club at for £40 million, and because he valued it at like 80 or 100 or whatever it was, and as soon and all the fans, they completely boycotted it. It was like a desert around that part of Sheffield, around Hillsborough, and all of a sudden, literally, it's like someone turned on the tap. It was as soon as Chansiri left and they entered administration, they've bought something like over £200,000 worth of gear. The whole stadium is absolutely full. The admin staff are lowering the prices for some of the derby games, and it's like it's back again. It's because even though they didn't enjoy their team struggling financially on the pitch, it's like now we can actually do something about it. Now I can actually kind of get back into enjoying the process of my team struggling away. To survive almost.
Yeah. They're rolling the ball. They're rolling the
ball again. Yeah. Literally rolling the ball again.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Yeah. It also reminds me of have you seen these kind of self-deprecating fan chants?
Oh yeah. No, these are great. Yeah.
One of my favourites is we lose every week. We lose every week. You're not fucking special. We lose every week. And you just think, that's absurdism.
It's pure absurdism. Yeah. It's revolt against the universe. It's a revolt against the fact that it's saying that there's no meaning in this. Let's just laugh.
Let's just
laugh at it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So if you had one piece of advice, if you were to channel your Albert Camus, and you had to speak to today's Fulham fan who never win anything, there's never any danger being a Fulham fan. If you're at Craven Cottage, I mean, they're famous for their kind of laissez-faire middle class endeavours. What would you say to the man who is watching Fulham? What's the point?
I would say to them, or if I was Albert Camus, I would say to them, don't look for the point. Don't look for the point. They're existentialists. Enjoy every single moment. Just enjoy the defeats. Enjoy the highs. Enjoy the lows. That's what it is, and that's the absurdism of football. And it's something the gods don't understand.
if the gods don't understand it, then chances are we're not going to understand it either. So don't even try. Well, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that episode, and again, it's just nonsense, isn't it? We're just chatting nonsense. And actually, we're chatting nonsense about the nonsense that is football.
That's absurdism.
We've done it. We've cracked it.
We-
Next episode, we're going to be talking about Maradona being evil, which is obviously true. And then we're going to be speaking about Manchester United being shit, and the middle age reasons as to why that is the case.
Middle age, not in the sense of middle, like 40-year-old guys. Middle ages in a historical sense.
Are you calling yourself middle aged? You
I
can appoint yourself as a 40-year-old.
I'd have a little bit of a cheek to call myself middle aged, but I just wanted to make that absolutely clear. It's not about two middle-aged guys. Well, you're not middle-aged, but it's not about two middle-aged guys talking about football. It's about the Middle Ages and what that can teach us about Diego Maradona and the hand of God.
Or the hand of the devil, as it might be.
Yeah. Let's see.
So, if you enjoyed any of this nonsense, if you enjoyed us talking nonsense about the nonsense that is football, that is, then please do remember to leave us a 5-star review. It's quite a complicated process on Spotify, so if you can work out how to do it, we would be very appreciative. And also, if you can leave us a comment, because we want to hear from you. What do you guys want to hear about from us? Have you got any suggestions about philosophers or about football? Whatever it might be, please share with us your footballing nous. Until then, I'm Dr. Adam Coxon.
And I am Professor Jack Cunningham.
And we are Fast Football and Philosophy. And it's a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me.